Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. 12 must-see Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Shocking twists and big revelations. Next week on Coronation Street, David spirals after another deadly threat, while Daisy's baby lie is at risk of being uncovered. As things reach boiling point, both David and Daisy are involved in a shock hit and run accident. Meanwhile, Carla fears that Rob is back on the scene. Here's a look at 12 big moments hitting screens. You can also check out our collection of 30 spoiler pictures from the episodes. 1. Max is sentenced. On the day of Max's sentencing, David is running late and rushes to court to support his son. Max is relieved when David finally arrives, and with Shona and Lauren also present, nervously awaits the judge to reveal his fate. 2. Daisy and Jenny clash. Jenny sees red when Daisy hands her a legal document and tells her to sign it to transfer the deeds of the Rovers to Daniel so they can pay Carla off. Jenny lashes out at Daisy, blaming her for the fact that she's about to lose the pub. Daisy reminds Jenny that it was her idea to lie to Daniel about the pregnancy so that they could use his money to bail themselves out. Later, Jenny drowns her sorrows and drunkenly makes a pass at Kit. 3. David receives another threat. As David locks up the salon, Andy arrives and threatens him at knife point. David is horrified when Andy explains that Harvey wants him dead for his life insurance. Later, David tries to mask his fears as Shona assures him that they'll find a way to get out of their current predicament. Nick and Sarah arrange to meet David at the pub but are concerned to find him downing vodka at lunchtime. 4. Daisy is confronted by Daniel. Jenny confesses to Daisy that she made a fool of herself by coming on to Kit the previous evening. However, Jenny's news is the least of Daisy's worries, as Kit pulls Daniel aside and tells him to ask Daisy for proof of the baby's paternity. Daisy reels when Daniel demands she swear on the baby's life that he's the father. 5. David and Daisy are victims of a hit and run. After the confrontation with Daniel, Daisy rushes out of the pub. At the same time, David drunkenly stumbles onto the road. Shona arrives to witness a car hurtling towards David. Daisy crosses his path and the car hits both of them. Having heard the crash, Nick, Sarah, Daniel, Jenny and Kit rush out of the pub to find David and Daisy seriously injured. Jenny and Daniel rush to Daisy's side, worried for her and the baby. Shona tends to David's injuries, but he is losing blood rapidly. 6. David and Daisy are rushed to hospital. David and Daisy are taken to hospital as their families anxiously await news on their conditions. Meanwhile, Kit starts asking questions about the crash. Who is responsible? 7. Carla fears that Rob is back. Carla insists on returning to work after her recent ordeal with Rob. When Betsy fills Carla in on a news report on the radio about a potential sighting of Rob in Brighton, Carla hopes that he'll be caught soon. However, Carla is given fresh cause for concern when she returns home to find the door open and evidence that someone has been in the flat. 8. Kevin struggles to hide his suspicions. After some recent tension, Sally decides to play peacemaker by inviting Kevin, Abby, Debbie and Ronnie to dinner so they can smooth things over. The dinner takes a turn for the worse when Kevin mistakenly believes Ronnie is flirting with Abby again, and his temper rises. 9. Julie hides the truth from Eileen. Julie tells Brian that Eileen has invited her to stay, so she'll be sticking around for a while. When Eileen suggests that they go on a day out, Julie makes an excuse to hide the fact she has an appointment with her palliative care nurse, leaving Eileen feeling put out. 10. Cassie deals with the fallout of her scam. Ken is concerned to hear that Fizz and Tyrone have thrown Cassie out. The news prompts Ken to reveal to Tracy that he won't be pressing charges against Cassie. Tracy seethes over his decision, but Ken argues that Cassie has already lost everything. Meanwhile, Hope convinces Tyrone to meet Cassie for a drink. 11. Alia and Yasmin reconsider their futures. Alia feels uneasy when Fabians tell her to take on a coercive control case and decides to quit her job as a result. However, she receives a shock when she's billed for the training she has received and decides to ask Adam for her old job back. Meanwhile, Yasmin reveals to Alia that she's been offered a job working for a charity in London, but it would mean selling her shares in Speed Doll. 12. Dylan adjusts to life in the SDC. Dylan is warned by fellow inmate Brody that if he wants to avoid becoming a target, he needs to end his friendship with Daniel. Later, Brody insists Dylan stop feeling sorry for himself and get a job with him sorting parcels. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.